So thank you, Anahita. Finally, we have the goodness salad ready, and it was very simple to do, and it's a beautiful looking salad.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I can't wait to try it, but at the same time, what I want to ask you is this. There's been so much conversation about millets and, how we should be incorporating it in our diets. A lot of people ask me this. First of all, that how can we do it in a regular dal, chawal, sabzi, ghar ka khana, roti, tiffin, breakfast, like I for one like eggs for breakfast, So how do I incorporate millets in my breakfast?
So the most important thing about millets is that there's not one millet. It's an entire family. Okay. There are 9 different types of millet. Just to name a few, you have, finger millet, proso millet, kodo, little, obviously sorghum, bajra, jowar. All of these come under the millet family. And each millet comes with its own nutritional, benefits and qualities. But the best part is that they're all gluten-free and they use a lot lesser amount of water when they're grown. So they're actually good for the climate, for the planet, for the farmer, and for all of us, because they're extremely healthy and nutritious. So I think सबके दिमाग में यही है कि millets पकाएं कैसे, या how do we use it in our daily diets. The important thing is buy it from a reliable source, get it from places where the millets are clean, and then wash it at least 3 times. उससे क्या होता है कि millets में जो bitterness होती है वो चली जाती है. So wash it 3 times and then soak it for at least half an hour for better. All types of millets, especially the bigger millets like jowar and bajra, they need a lot more soaking time because you want to easily digest.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Chai and your kokum drink is here. So if you're using a basic simple millet, just use it instead of rice.
Yes.
So a foxtail, what we've used, or a brown top, or a kodo, or a proso, these are perfect millets to be added as an accompaniment to a rajma, or a curry, or a dal, which can be eaten like a rice, and it's gluten-free.
Yeah, exactly. I was coming to that. It's gluten-free and also very good for people who enjoy their rice, but say have diabetes and have to deal with that as well, isn't it?
Yes. So I think it's very easy. For me, it's very versatile. On my Instagram page, you will find numerous recipes where I've replaced rice or wheat, anything, and added, millets. I think the responsibility of the chef today is to be creative with this grain. International Year of the Millet hai. So we have to start using this grain in different ways to give people ideas.
I've seen a lot of products using millets, like pasta, noodles, papad. Again, how tasty are these? Because I haven't tried these, and this really is a time when you can't keep a lot of these things away from your kids.
So honestly, I always have like some kind of a millet khakra in my dabba for a quick snack, and you'll always find interesting ways of using it. जो दिमाग में ये होता है ना कि वो bitter होगा या खराब होगा या earthy flavor आता है, bland होता है. That's not the case because you're only looking at grains which you've probably eaten in your childhood and you don't have good memories with those recipes. कि मम्मी ने खिला दिया था और force कर दिया था, वो अच्छा नहीं था. But today what you can make, like I make the softest ragi rotis at home. Of course, there is some amount of atta and there is some amount of ragi, but it's almost like a 75-25 ratio. So you're eating a lot more ragi, which is very healthy for you because it has 3 times the amount of calcium that milk does. So, it's something that I would recommend people to kind of introduce slowly into their diet.
Yes, also because you need to also develop a taste for it, right? So
taste plus know how to cook the grain. That's important.
I wanted to know from you, a lot has been said about sustainability, and that's why you saw the push even during the G20 summit for these millets. For a country like ours where the crops are really dependent on the monsoons, the rains, millets require less water plus pesticides. Right. That's the reason why it's good for the soil as well.
Right. So, like I told you, there's an entire ecosystem.
Yes.
And this is a grain which is actually good for the climate because it's adding back those nutrients into the soil. They're good for the farmer because the farmers are able to also cultivate different crops at the same time. Plus, after each batch, there's certain nutrients that have gone back to the soil. So the farmer is happy with his, crop. And the most important part is that it's healthy for you and me. इतने सालों से वो सब भूल गए थे कि अच्छा millets हैं,
this was an ancestral food,
and it is an ancient grain which is grown in India for so many years.
Yes. Lastly, before we conclude, salad is still not over. We're going to finish it after this interview.
I really want to dig in.
I know, me too. But lastly, I just want to ask you which really is your favorite millet dish, since we saw just so much of you all of last week making just so many dishes. What is it that you love?
So honestly, I'm not going to choose one thing,
Yes.
but there are these delicious jowar chocolate brownies, which are my favorite. It's a secret recipe, which I'm not going to give anyone because I'm opening a restaurant soon, and it's going to be part of that.
Okay,
so as soon as it
congratulations.
opens, I'm going to send you a picture and you can come and try it.
Sure.